Well, I've always had a deep feeling for traditional country music. And there's a certain, set of artists that, live probably grander in my heart than any of the rest of them. And Connie Smith is somebody that is a part of my life and has been since I was a little boy. Connie was my mother's favorite singer, and I think the first record we had at our house was Miss Smith Goes to Nashville. Her voice has this something, I think it's connected directly to her heart, because it has that magic about it and that kind of divinely ordered sense about it that can come and touch your heart. She has a way of touching hearts with the sound of her voice. After that first record, if I'd never seen her again as long as I lived, she would have been a part of my life. Kind of like those other records, the Johnny Cash or the Flatt and Scruggs records. She was part of my musical DNA. So when we finally reconnected all those years later, she asked me about, basically the conversation went something like, my kids are all grown, kind of out of the house now, and I hadn't made a record in a long time, and I think I'd like to, think about making a record, paraphrased. And she said, I've thought about a lot of people, and I was trying to think of who understood the old world of country music and was a part of what was going on now. And she came in and said hello to me. And I think the first thing I said was, absolutely. I said, but do you write songs? And she said, some. And I said, well, everybody knows you can sing, but you need to write. And so we started all of this by writing songs. I think our first, I don't know that it was a date, but it felt like a date to me. We wrote a shuffle with Harlan Howard. And song by song, we just started creating this Connie Smith record. And song by song, we started writing a love song, and I'd hear her sing them back to me. And my heart exploded all over again, and I couldn't control it. But when we finally got to the studio with all of this, I realized that it was a big job. It was a big job because she had such a recorded legacy behind her that was pretty profound, and she could have quit a long time ago. But I knew that I wanted to do something fresh and new, feeling my way through this at the same time honoring everything that she was about, her steel guitar sound, her traditional sounds, the sound of that, majestic voice. And so I remember the first song we recorded was a song called Your Light. And when I was standing on the other side of that glass and I heard her voice come back through the speakers, it got me. And I knew again that it was a weighty responsibility. So we made that record. It was on Warner Brothers and it did good. But the second record I produced on her was called Long Line of Heartaches, and we wrote a lot of the songs on that one too. But that was the record I think that gave everybody in this town, and everybody's town, they love Connie. But this town needed a reason to just wrap their arms around her and go into the Country Music Hall of Fame. And I feel like Long Line of Heartaches was a collective effort from the community, the songwriting community, just everything that Connie had ever been involved with. But it all led her down the path into the Country Music Hall of Fame. And it was awesome to have just been that much a part of that. Because I could be Mr. Connie Smith and I could be the record producer, the guitar player, whatever it calls for. But at the end of the day, I'm her biggest fan. And I was standing up on the sidelines as she went in. I saw Merle Haggard put that medal around her neck and I went, mission accomplished.